Napoleon's greatest mistake. The Spanish betrayal. Why did Napoleon betray Spain? Napoleon Bonaparte, a military genius, a master strategist, a ruler who built an empire stretching across Europe, but even the greatest minds can make catastrophic mistake zones that change the course of history. In 1808, Napoleon made one of his most fateful errors. He betrayed his longtime ally, Spain. He invaded the country, deposed its king, and installed his own brother, Joseph Bonaparte, on the throne. The result? A brutal, drawn-out war that drained France of resources, soldiers, and ultimately its momentum. But why did he do it? What led the man who conquered nearly all of Europe to sabotage himself so disastrously? Spain and France had been allies for over a century. They shared royal bloodlines, common enemies, and mutual ambitions. But Spain was never truly committed to Napoleon's cause. King Charles IV walked a fine line supporting France enough to stay on Napoleon's good side, but staying distant enough to avoid disaster if France fell. His hope? That a victorious Napoleon would reward Spain with British and Portuguese colonies. But Napoleon had other plans. He didn't just want Portugal, he wanted Spain itself. In 1808, under the guise of military cooperation, French troops flooded Spain. When protests erupted, Charles IV fled, and his son, Ferdinand VII, took the throne. Ferdinand was young, popular, and unpredictable, too much of a wild card for Napoleon's liking. So Napoleon invited him to a meeting. Ferdinand went. He never returned. Napoleon took him prisoner, installed his brother Joseph as king, and expected Spain to fall in line. Instead, Spain erupted. Riots turned into full-scale resistance. Guerrilla fighter ordinary citizens waged relentless warfare against the French. The British, led by the Duke of Wellington, saw an opportunity and joined the fight. What Napoleon thought would be a quick conquest became a drawn-out, bloody disaster. It wasn't just Spain that suffered. France bled for this mistake. Napoleon had to commit hundreds of thousands of troops to a war that should never have happened. These soldiers, desperately needed elsewhere, were bogged down in a quagmire of ambushes, sieges, and brutal street fighting. By 1813, it was over. Spain was liberated, Ferdinand VII returned to the throne, and Napoleon was left weaker than ever. His betrayal of Spain had backfired spectacularly, setting the stage for his downfall. Napoleon may have been a genius, but even geniuses can be blinded by ambition. His decision to turn on Spain wasn't just a betrayal, it was a lesson in the cost of arrogance. And in the end, it was a mistake he and France would never recover from.